A very good morning to doctors and all my friends. Now I will present about the introduction. In this part, I will introduce about the consumer behavior, consumer demand, consumer choice, and the utilities. For the consumer behavior, is theory study how people make decisions when buying and how company and marketers take advantage for this behavior by predicting how and when customer will buy. It helps to determine the factors that influence these decisions, as well as strategy to highlight active manipulations behavior. There are many factors that affect consumer behavior, namely psychological, individual, and social. For the consumer demand is defined as people's willingness and capacity to acquire a wide range of products and services at any one time. And consumer demand is very important because without demand in the market, no sales and transaction takes place. And for the consumer choice is defined as the analysis of why consumers choose the brands for the product among the various brands in the market. For the utility is a mention of the personal satisfaction with using a product, and there are three types of utilities, namely total utilities, marginal utilities, and average utility. There are two methods for mentioning average utilities, that is cardinal approach and ordinal approach. This is all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. My name is Nur Afrina Ahmad Amli binti Abdullah and I'm currently taking Bachelor of Business Administration, Logistics and Transportation. My metric number is 286635. So today I represent my part, which is about objective. First objective is why customer opinions are different. First, customer prefer to purchase product depending on their brand. Some people will not care to spend more money to goods because they believe high quality product indeed expensive. Second, customer feel glad if they can buy branded goods even if the price is high. This is because they always confident the branded goods suit with the offered price. Third, customer will not increase their purchases even their income or increase. Customer think what they always purchased before this was enough for daily life. Then, they will not increase their purchase even the price of good is low. Customer will purchase their good according to their demand of daily life. Customer prefer to buy goods online rather than in person. There's a lot of online shopping nowadays and customer don't need to queue in the store. Then, they think goods in online store is more convenient and cost effective because sometimes online shop offer lower price than physical store. So, second point is what are the factors that influence consumer behavior. This is first, high willpower. Their high desire to purchase branded good is high even the good is not necessity in their life. Second, income is one of the factors that influence consumer behavior. The higher income they get, they will purchase higher price of good for their life. Then, price they offer by store influence the consumer behavior. This is because everything that customer purchase, they look at the price first. Then, age is also one of the factors that influence customer behavior. This is because teenagers, adults, and older people have different type of this.
Good morning. My name is Lao Kang Lu. My message number is 286796. I will explain about the research method for our assignment. What is known as research method? The pursuit for knowledge or any methodical examination can be regarded as research. One of the research methods that we use is primary research. Primary data is data derived from natural sources collected to answer research questions. We have conducted a questionnaire online to collect data. It is used to obtain replies from a wide range of people, so it will be easier for us to obtain information. A total of 15 respondents answered the questionnaire in this study. Furthermore, we also use secondary research in our project. Secondary research is conducted using data or information that has collected. We can get the information directly from books, journal, or on a website. Internet is considered as secondary research. It is one of the largest research resources available to people. Therefore, it allowed us to obtain information quickly and easily. Apart from that, we also use reference book in our research. Through a textbook entitled Consumer Behavior ebook, we have obtained a definition of consumer behavior and consumer demand. For the data analysis, we perform data analysis after obtaining primary data from the questionnaire. Only frequency and percentage will be used as data for analysis. The collected data will be presented in graphical form. In a summary, the methodology has helped to ensure that the findings of this study are accurate and clear. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Respondent analysis. First, we have gender. Majority of our respondent is female, which consists 8/15. and only 4 male. For race, we have Malay, Chinese, Indian, and others, and the majority is Chinese with 9, and second is Malay, and others is 2, and the one from India. And age, the majority of our respondent is below 30, which is consists 10, and 20 until 40 only 2, and 40 until 15 only 3, and no one above 51. Okay, the first statement is prefer to purchase goods or product depending on their brands. From our research, majority respondents willing to buy goods based on their brand because they do not choose a non-branded goods because they feel it is low quality and would affect his social position. Branded items, on the other hand, are assumed to be trustworthy and valuable. When a buyer believes in a brand name product, they would more inclined to buy it again. Repeat sales increase the company revenue and result profitability. The second statement is, even if the price is high, I am glad that I can buy branded goods. From our research, it shows that majority of respondents agree about this statement. Individuals consider luxury items as a goal in their life that can wish to reach. This stage of success is rather prevalent. Third, if my income statement rise, I will increase my purchase of goods, assumption to ceteris paribus. From our research, majority of respondents agree about this statement. Income can be caused by change in nominal income, price change, or currency fluctuation. The statement is, if the price of goods is low, I will increase my purchase, assumption of ceteris paribus. That majority of respondents agree about this statement is because if all price fall, a condition known as deflation, while nominal income remains constant, consumer nominal money may be used to buy more items, and they will usually do. The next statement is, I prefer to buy goods online rather than in person. From our research, majority of respondents agree about this statement. This is because online shopping is popular among people of all ages. This market is expanding at an exponential rate. There's no doubting that an increasing number of individuals are buying online on a daily basis. The next statement, purchasing goods online is more convenient and cost-effective. From our research, majority of respondents agree about this statement because the internet provides sellers with limitless shelf space. They are more likely to provide a greater range of items than they would in physical store.
So I will continue with consumer behavior too. So the motion, if the price of good A fall by 50%, I will purchase it from assumption of ceteris paribus. So based on the result of the survey, 46.7% of the respondents agreed that, and also 46.7% of the respondents strongly agree if the price of good A fall by 50%, then they will purchase it. And this implies that more than 90% agreed to buy good A if the price decreased, which is consistent with the assumption of ceteris paribus. When price fall, demand will increase. So consumers will choose good A over the good B if the price of good A decrease, because good B is a substitute item for good A. So good A and good B are substitute, and the price of the one of the demand for the other are directly related. So as the price of good A fall, the demand for good B decreases. And the price of good A fall from P1 to P2 cause the quantity demand for good A to increase from QD1 to QD2. This directly cause the demand curve of good B shift left from D1 to D2. Next is, even if the price of good A is high, I will still purchase good A from assumption of ceteris paribus. So based on the result of the survey for the question above, 6.7% of the respondents strongly disagreed, and 40% of the respondents disagreed with the following question, where they would still buy good A despite the high price of good A. So this could be related to household income factors, as income has an impact on the demand for goods. So if income decrease, the demand for goods and services will also decrease. As a result, consumers choose a substitute product that is cheaper than the higher price one. So besides, 40% of the respondents give a moderate rating, and 13.3% of the respondents agreed to buy a good A despite high price, and this could be related to consumer taste, and which is closely related to the growing trend in society. In other words, even if the price of good A increase, people will still buy the product due to consumer taste. So the third one, if the price of good B rise by 50%, I will purchase good A from assumption of ceteris paribus. So most of the respondents agree with 46.7% of the respondents agreed, and 33.3% of the respondents strongly agreed to buy good A if the good B increased by 50%. It is in line with the assumption of ceteris paribus, that is, the price of good increase, then the demand for substitute goods will also increase. It's shown here that consumer will choose good A over good B if good B price increase by 50%, because good A and good B are substitute products. So good A and good B substitute, the price of the one of the demand for the other are directly related. This the price of good B rise, the demand for good A also increase, and the demand for good B change from point A to point B. Then the price of good B rise from P1 to P2, causing the quantity demand for good B to decrease from QD1 to QD2. This directly caused the demand curve for good A shift to right from D1 to D2. Next, if my income increased by 50%, I will purchase good A, assumption of ceteris paribus. So, based on the result of the survey, 13.3% of the respondents disagreed, 46.7% moderate, and 40% agreed to buy good A if their income increased by 50%. So the changes in consumer income can affect consumer demand for goods and services. If income is increased, it will cause the purchasing power of consumers to increase, and this will directly increase the demand for good A. And increased income will change the quantity demand for good A. Income increase from Y1 to Y2, causing good A quantity demand to increase from Q1 to Q2. This is due to rise in consumer purchasing power, which leads to increased purchase by customers. So the last one, if my income increased by 50%, I will purchase both good A and good B. So based on the survey, most of the respondents agreed to purchase both good A and good B if their income increased by 50%. We want to know how the consumer will respond to his purchases of product when their money income changes. The price of the item vary, and their wants to preferences stay same. This reaction to customer is demonstrated by the income factor. Thus, the income factor indicates the changes in a consumer purchase of item as a result of the changes in his monetary income. It would be able to purchase more of both products with its increasing income. As the consumer's income rise, it shifts to higher indifference curve, resulting in higher level of satisfaction.
In conclusion, anything that products offer will influence consumer behavior. Consumer behavior studies how people make decisions when buying and help companies predicting how and when the consumer is buying. There are many factors, namely physiological, individual, and social. There are 4 types of theory and concept. There is consumer behavior theory, consumer demand, consumer choice, and utility.